Imagine a place that was very poor 130 years ago. Today, this same place is as rich as the most developed countries in the world. This is the story of Taiwan. It was once a simple farming region, a part of China, with little wealth. But over time, it changed in amazing ways. Taiwan became one of the richest places on Earth, a leader in global trade and advanced technology. How did this incredible transformation happen in just over a century? This story will explain the journey. We will look at the important steps and smart decisions that helped Taiwan grow from a poor island to an economic powerhouse. From its early days of growing food to becoming a center for high-tech industries, each chapter will uncover a part of Taiwan's unique path to wealth. This is a story of how a small country can build great success and become important on the world stage. 2. An early start. Taiwan was once a part of China. China wanted Taiwan to produce food, like a big farm. So they built canals and roads. They grew a lot of sugar and tea there. But China did not build many factories with machines like countries in the West. In 1895, Japan took control of Taiwan. Japan had a different idea for Taiwan. They wanted Taiwan to become more like Japan, a modern industrial place. Japan needed more food for its growing population and also more materials for its industries. Taiwan had enough for Japan's early needs. Japan made many changes. They improved farming methods by building new water systems for crops and bringing in better types of crops. To move food and materials, they built new roads and railroads across the island. Taiwan grew much food, and by the 1930s, over half of it went to the Japanese Empire. This meant Taiwanese people had more money and better food, leading to improved health. Japan also wanted people in Taiwan to be healthy and smart. They built new hospitals and improved how cities handled waste, creating good sewer systems. Then they focused strongly on education. New schools were built, from primary schools to universities. These schools taught important subjects like medicine, engineering, and science, giving people skills for new jobs. Taiwan also got electricity. Japan started building factories for things like cheap textiles and chemicals. Local Taiwanese people were encouraged to work in these new businesses. About 60% of the new factories and businesses were actually in the hands of Taiwanese people. This helped the local people become active in the new industrial economy. Because of all these changes, Taiwan grew quickly. By the 1930s, Taiwan was a very successful place. It was the second richest area in East Asia, only after Japan itself. Its economy grew at about 2% each year, which was very fast for that time. Taiwan was still a colony, but it was becoming much stronger and more developed. 3. A new country. After World War II, Japan left Taiwan. The island returned to China. But it was hard to run the economy without the Japanese. Many Japanese experts had gone home. Taiwan's industries faced big problems. They could not grow enough food or start new businesses easily. Then, in 1948, the Chinese government lost a civil war on the mainland. They moved their government to Taiwan. This created a new problem. Mainland China, now communist, might attack Taiwan. So Taiwan's main goal became survival. They needed to be strong enough to stop an invasion. Taiwan found two key ways to do this. First, they got help from the USA. The USA gave Taiwan military support and, importantly, money. This money was very much needed. Second, Taiwan decided to make its economy strong. A powerful economy meant they could build a strong army. They would make their own weapons, like tanks and fighter jets. This way, they could defend themselves against a much larger army from the mainland. To start, Taiwan focused on improving farming. They looked at their resources and saw they had much farmland. The government took large farms owned by big companies. They split this land into smaller pieces and gave them to many individual Taiwanese farmers. They also limited how much land one person could own. This new land plan was important. It made thousands of small farmers compete. To earn more, each farmer had to work harder and find better ways to grow food. This encouraged innovation in farming. As a result, Taiwan's agriculture became more productive, helping the country feed itself and sell food abroad. 4. Building new factories. Taiwan learned that selling only food would not make the country rich enough. Selling one advanced product is worth much more than many food items. Taiwan's new goal was to make more profitable products. Luckily, Taiwan already had some industries from the time it was under Japan's rule. These included good farming, simple textile factories, and a basic chemical industry. Basic chemicals could be used for many things, like cleaning or making fertilizer. Since Taiwan grew a lot of food, it needed more fertilizer. In 1946, a new company, Taiwan Fertilizer, was created, helping farming grow even faster. Taiwan also used its chemicals to make better, more expensive clothes. New factories started making household items like toasters and kettles, which many people wanted after the war. Many big new companies were government-owned. They had to make money, but the state controlled them. Taiwan also encouraged people to start small businesses. These small businesses bought products from the large government companies. This system was called state capitalism. All these new factories needed workers. Taiwan had two advantages. First, about 1.5 million people came from mainland China after the Civil War. They needed jobs and became factory workers. Second, better farming meant fewer people were needed on farms. Many farmers moved to cities for factory jobs. The number of farmers greatly decreased from 1952 to 2009, and the total number of workers doubled between 1950 and 1970. Factories also needed smart, educated people. Taiwan sent students to universities in other countries to learn. When these students returned, they started new businesses, helped the government, and taught in schools. To help more people get an education, the government offered scholarships for poor students. This investment helped many become educated, improving the country's future. 5. making better things. In the 1960s and 1970s, Taiwan's economy grew strong. Its people were better educated, allowing Taiwan to make more complex products. The government invested in new industries. They started making advanced electronics, like parts for radios and machines. These new electronics needed steel, so Taiwan built a large steel mill. Steel was important for computers and building structures. With more steel, Taiwan produced more industrial goods. Electronics also needed plastics. To make plastics, Taiwan processed oil. In the 1970s, they built an oil refinery. Waste materials from plastics became petrochemicals, used in paint and clothing. Taiwan's textile industry made higher quality clothes using these new plastics and petrochemicals, bringing more profit. Taiwan could not make these new things alone, so they asked foreign companies for help. Companies from Japan and the West had high costs. Taiwan had lower wages. Taiwanese products were cheaper to produce. Many foreign companies moved factories to Taiwan. The government supported them. They offered cheap loans to factories. They also protected them with taxes on imports. This made Taiwanese products cheaper for local buyers. These companies grew and sold products worldwide, offering competitive prices due to lower wages. Taiwan's economy grew fast, around 9 to 10% annually. To export more, Taiwan improved transport. They built better train lines and freeways. For shipping overseas, Taiwan built one new international airport and 2 large seaports. Ports needed ships, so Taiwan built shipyards and another steel mill. All new industries and infrastructure needed machines. Taiwan built its own, creating a heavy industry that made machines for other factories. As a small island, heavy machines were easily exported by sea. By the end of the 1970s, Taiwan was rich enough to produce or buy what it needed and no longer relied on foreign aid. 6. A new kind of economy. By the 1980s, Taiwan faced a new problem. There were not enough workers for all the growing factories. For many years, people moved from farms to city factories. But now most people had already moved. It was hard to find new workers, and there was very little unemployment. Taiwan found 2 main ways to solve this challenge. First, factories began using more machines and robots. This is called automation. Machines could do the work of many humans, meaning companies needed fewer people for the same amount of production. When workers were no longer needed in one factory, they could find new jobs quickly in other parts of the fast-growing economy. Second, Taiwan decided to move its simpler, older factories to other countries. For example, businesses that made basic chemicals, cheap clothes, or simple home appliances moved their production to mainland China. In China, workers were much cheaper. This helped those older industries stay strong by lowering their costs. As these simpler jobs moved away, Taiwanese workers could take on better, higher-paying jobs. They moved into new high-tech industries. For instance, making advanced computer parts became very important.
Workers who used to make textiles or simple goods now learned skills to produce complex electronics. These new jobs paid more money, which made people's lives better. Taiwan's economy became much more advanced, focusing on machinery and electrical goods. By the early 1990s, Taiwan was making a big part of the world's computer monitors, motherboards, and scanners.
At the same time, Taiwan also became a more open and free country. For most of its history, it had a very strong government. But in the 1980s, this began to change. The government started big efforts to stop corruption, making rules more fair. Citizens could see government papers, and even high-ranking officials faced punishment if they broke laws. New political parties were allowed to join the government. Real elections began. Also, the government sold many large companies that it owned to private citizens. This made the country more stable and trustworthy. As a result, foreign companies felt safer to invest their money and do business in Taiwan, which helped its economy grow even more. 7. The Age of Computers. In the 1990s, Taiwan faced a new challenge. It was now a rich country and could no longer just copy other nations' technologies. Taiwan needed to invent its own new products. To do this, Taiwan started a special way for companies to work together. These were called company alliances. Many businesses joined forces to create new products that no single company could make alone. A good example was the Taiwan New Power PC Consortium, started in 1993. Taiwan already made computer parts, like motherboards and screens, but it did not have its own complete computer. This group worked together to build a personal computer that could compete with those from Japan, Europe, and North America. After 2 years, they succeeded. All companies in the alliance received a patent for this new computer. They could then sell it and improve the design. Some focused on faster parts, others on better storage or graphics. This led to many different types of computers and components. The strong competition among them pushed for even more advanced inventions. By the 2020s, Taiwan became known for making the world's most advanced computer chips. Taiwan also built special science parks. Here, experts worked together to create future technologies. Unlike countries with only a few giant companies doing research, Taiwan had many smaller companies working together. This shared knowledge helped them compete with larger economies. Another important change happened in the 1990s. Before this, Taiwanese people could not easily travel outside the country. The government feared educated people would leave or want more freedom when they returned. But by the 1990s, Taiwan was richer and had free elections, so these fears lessened. Taiwanese people then traveled worldwide, many as students. When they came back, they brought new ideas and experiences. Since Taiwan had many small and medium-sized businesses, these returning people often started their own companies. They used their foreign knowledge to create special products for customers globally.
For example, a student returning from Italy might sell goods made specifically for Italian tastes. This made Taiwan's economy very flexible. Small businesses could quickly adapt and focus on specific customer groups. This flexibility helped Taiwan's economy during big money problems, like the Asian financial crisis in 1997 or the global recession in 2008. Taiwan was often less affected than other countries, showing the strength of its many smart and flexible companies. 8. The plan for the future. Today, Taiwan continues its journey of growth. It is a leader in making advanced computer products. Taiwan also has many small businesses. These businesses are good at selling special products to customers around the world. Taiwan works with other countries to make trade easier. They sign trade agreements. These agreements help to lower taxes on products from Taiwan. They also make rules for trading simpler. This way, it is easier for Taiwan to find new people to buy its goods. Taiwan also has a smart way to get more customers. It moves its older factories to countries in Southeast Asia. Countries like Vietnam, the Philippines, and Indonesia are good places for these factories. Workers in these countries get new jobs. They earn more money than before. When people earn more money, they spend more. Many of them buy new computers and electronics. Often, these products come from Taiwan. So, by moving older factories, Taiwan creates new customers for its high-tech goods. This is a key part of Taiwan's plan for the future. It is a repeating cycle. Taiwan develops an industry. Then it invests in new, better technology. When it needs more workers or more customers, it moves its older factories to other countries. This allows Taiwan to focus on the newest and most advanced industries. Taiwan has done this for many years. This strategy has made its workers much more productive. For example, a Taiwanese worker produced about $213 worth of goods per year in 1952. By 2011, this was over $20,000. The country's economy has grown very big, from about $1.7 billion to $466 billion. Taiwan became a rich country this way. Many poorer countries now look at Taiwan to learn how to make their own economies strong. Taiwan's journey shows how a country can become rich by always learning and changing. What do you think is the most important lesson from Taiwan's success story?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.